This is News 6 Tonight. Welcome to News 6 Tonight. Glad to have you with us. I'm sure you have nothing better to be doing tonight. It's not like there's some giant playoff game or anything going on right now.
No, it's not the Friday before Christmas.
No.
It's really quiet.
I am so thankful that you're watching us, of all things. My name's Matt Austin. We have Cat Silver. Is it okay if I call you Cat Silver?
That's fine. Cat Silver
okay,
is fine.
This is an informal show. We
Exactly.
call you Catherine on TV. I think Cat Silver is a bit cooler of a news name.
I've heard that. Maybe I should make the switch if we just do it.
Would you do it?
Maybe just like Monday we start doing
Let's just
it
start
and see what
calling you
happens.
Cat Silver and see if
Yeah.
it changes everything. If I were Matthew, I don't know if I would have gone as far in my career as I have. So I go Matt.
Matt's a good TV. Matt Austin's a good TV name
Thank
too.
you very much. I
Of
appreciate
course.
that. It's not as cool as Cat
we,
Silver, though.
Well, thank you. Have we addressed the elephant in the room on this show, which is why the newsroom is covered in Christmas decorations? Or
No, we actually haven't.
We haven't?
That's a good
Okay.
idea. No, we're just used to it.
I just think people probably have seen it. I mean, I'll tell you,
Well,
I've stared at a
if I'm-
Christmas llama. I've stared at a life-size Santa Claus. These are the conditions we work under here.
I think they've tried to block it out of our shot for the most part.
They've
But if
tried
you
to
could
hide
see
it. Okay.
Any place that's not in our shot, they've even tucked some behind my head right there. So
I'm just looking in the office over here where there's like 4 different Christmas blown up
Right.
inflatables staring at me.
we have our inflatable manager for sure.
I'm unearthing all the secrets
It's
of the newsroom.
a very festive time around here, and you were out today. You have our lead story because
Yes.
you were covering Wolf Branch Road.
Yeah, which a lot of people have been waiting for Wolf Branch Road to reopen. It's been closed since late October. There was this historic storm in Lake County, and Wolf Branch Road washed out. It's been closed for nearly 2 months now, just over that, since late October. And today, finally, we were there. We did an interview with one of the commissioners on the actual road, and right after we took our camera and tripod down, they moved the barricades and traffic started coming through. We can show a little bit of what we saw out there today. Commissioners say the new Wolf Branch Road is not only back open, it's better. The road itself has been raised about a foot. The county has also added drains and improved infrastructure around the road that they say allows it to take on about 3 times as much stormwater as before. That's what people who live here have been asking for. How confident is the county that it won't wash out again? Residents have been through it twice before.
Well, this is a different road than it was before. This is a different drainage system, different engineering. I'd like to say that this is kind of the direction we're moving in general in Lake County is looking at making our infrastructure stronger and more resilient, understanding a little bit more about the kind of weather events that we're getting and the storms and the flash flooding that we saw, and just being more prepared.
So you heard me ask the commissioner, how confident is the county that this road won't wash out again? We've been asking that because it's happened twice already. Once during Hurricane Milton and then again this October. And I think it had actually reopened close to October before it ended up getting shut down and closed again.
It's hard too, what they do, especially with the mitigation of the flooding and all of that, is things can change around you.
Right.
Things are changing with the weather all the time, and a once in 100-year event might come, and you just might, there's not a whole lot you can do if 30 inches of rain comes in 24 hours. You know, that's pretty tough. But I was impressed with them getting this done, not only on time, but a day early.
Yes.
Which absolutely never happens in local government.
And on time is like they were working for 34 days. So it's been longer than 34 days, but 34 days of actual construction work, and it's open, which never happens.
Doesn't ever happen. What, $600,000, I think, or
$600,000. So they told me one of the reasons why this project in particular was able to happen so quickly is because they paid for it themselves. It's a Lake County project through and through. So they didn't need to wait for grant money or ask the state for approval on something. They just could go ahead, give the green light, give the funding, and get the work going.
Actually doesn't seem like that. For that amount of work, $600,000 in government, red tape and bureaucracy. I mean, good for them.
And
we don't give
yeah.
local governments props very often.
Yeah,
so.
we're usually tough on them. We're asking all of the questions and all of your questions that you want us to ask on your behalf. But, you know, $600,000 for not just the road, but the infrastructure around that. You could see some of the rocks, the concrete that they have poured.
Stuff,
There's drains. So, yeah, they think it's going to really help with the stormwater capacity there, and hopefully it will. Residents certainly want it to.
Right. Yeah, let's hope it lasts. That's for sure. We had a pretty wild event put together by Volusia Sheriff Mike Chitwood last night.
One of his usuals.
A bit of a, sometimes he's a producer, and he makes interesting events happen for us. And students at Seabreeze High School, here's the backstory. They paid this company $3,500 to take this once-in-a-lifetime trip to Italy. It was 100 of them, so we're talking, in the end, it was about $400,000. $3,500 a person times 100, and then there were all sorts of other people. So 1 month out from the trip, they get this email. We're canceling the trip, and you're not getting your money back. Sorry. And so obviously you can't just do that. So the guy who owns the company gets arrested in California, set to be extradited back to Volusia County. Sheriff Mike Chitwood says, hey, all you kids.
Yeah, it's not just going to be me waiting for you this time at the
Come
airport.
on to the airport.
It's going to be all of us.
So they were chanting scumbag and all sorts of other things that we couldn't say. And he had to stop right there in the airport, which I would imagine if you felt this guy wronged you, it would have been a pretty gratifying experience for these kids and their families. Also a pretty horrible experience for the guy who probably was hoping to never have to face these kids ever again. So our community correspondent, Alex Cook, takes a look at this fascinating story.
Last night, Robert Goodwin was brought back to Volusia County, not quietly, but face-to-face with Volusia Sheriff Mike Chitwood and the Seabreeze High School students and parents he's accused of scamming out of hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I think it's important that these people who you screwed over look them in the eye.
The trip was canceled just weeks before it was supposed to happen, leaving families with no refunds and broken promises. Goodwin fled to California to avoid arrest, but authorities tracked him down after 2.5 months. Today, Goodwin made his first court appearance, facing 4 charges, including organized scheme to defraud and grand theft. The judge set his bond at $4 million and ordered him to surrender his passport and prove his bail money comes from legitimate sources.
It will be $1 million on each bond.
One parent who lost $20,000 spoke to us last night, saying seeing Goodwin taken into custody gives her hope.
I am very upset, but I feel really good that we finally got justice. And while I didn't get back the $20,000 that he stole from us, seeing him here being put in that car just shows that it does pay off and they do get the bad guy.
Very gratifying moment for these families. Now, this man has only been charged. He has not been convicted, and we're going to have to wait and see what happens in a court of law or if he takes a plea in this case. But definitely an interesting, we brought it to you live on the 5 and 6 o'clock news yesterday, and it was interesting and highly entertaining to watch, to be honest with you.
I mean, we know that authorities put together a case before they make an arrest. Everything that we've heard is coming from their detectives. But when you look at the money that they traced, I mean, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And they said even some of the victims don't want to prosecute in this case. So it's probably more money that he's accused of stealing, and that this is just the funds that they're able to move forward with in a court of law.
And I believe what he is saying is someone stole from him and he just didn't have the money to give back, and he's just sort of a middleman in this situation. But that is not the way the sheriff sees it.
No, and he was in court today. Judge set bond at $4 million. If he bonds out, if he can come up with the money, they have to
And he
prove
has to
it's
prove-
legitimate.
Yeah. Which
And
we've
it
seen
sounds
in
like
the
he has
past
some
is not
ties
easy.
to other countries, so they want to make sure he surrenders his passport
Flight
and
risk.
would stay
Yeah.
here, all the things. We have to get to this next story.
Oh,
'cause
I
this
know.
is the
This
one
is-
that I've been waiting
she
to talk
called
about.
She was like, "There, I want that. I want this story." Okay, so I said, "This is yours."
Yeah, this is bizarre in the Manatee County Sheriff's words, to quote him. It's a woman who is accused of killing both of her ex-husbands in separate shootings on the same day. So the sheriff said the crime happened Wednesday. There's a very convoluted story of how they tracked it down. We kind of have to start in one place and go in reverse. So in Manatee County, they responded to a shooting where apparently someone dressed as a food delivery person went to this door opens, shooting happens, they take off. There's a 15-year-old at the house that says, I saw a gray hoodie, I saw a mask, I saw a Honda Odyssey. The man who was shot is alive at that point and was able to tell detectives it's possibly my ex-wife. He ended up passing away at the hospital later that day, but detectives had enough to go on where they were able to track down this ex-wife. When they catch up to her, she has a Honda Odyssey. She apparently has some bleach and might be trying
they
to
catch her
clean
with
up something.
Cleaning supplies, and they also. I mean, my favorite part of the story. I'm gonna let you
Is the
tell.
quote.
Yes.
Okay,
you say it.
so they ask her, we're here about your ex-husband, and she says, which one?
Right.
So we probably should.
And they didn't know. Like, we should not be laughing. People died, but it's just a crazy situation.
Right.
To where, and the way the sheriff tells the story here is very. It's almost ridiculous. It's like
Bizarre.
this
He
really
said, this is bizarre.
happened? So let's listen to that a little bit of that story.
It doesn't get any more brazen than this.
That's how Sheriff Rick Wells described a case in Manatee County, now discovered to have a ripple effect beyond Bradenton. Around 3 p.m. Wednesday, deputies responded to a home on Chatham Light Run, where they found a man suffering from a gunshot.
One of the questions the deputies asked him is, who could have done this to you? And he says, possibly my ex-wife.
That victim later died. The investigation led detectives to Susan Avalon, the ex-wife of the victim. She lives in Citrus County.
She comes out of the house with bleach and cleaning rags, gets into the silver Odyssey and begins to wipe down the car. We approach her. Detectives let her know that they are there to speak about her ex-husband. She says, which one? We only know of one.
Tampa police said on Wednesday the Manatee Sheriff's Office requested officers do a welfare check at a home on the 1200 block of East Frierson Avenue.
Tampa PD goes into this residence in Tampa. This second ex-husband has also been shot and killed.
So I listened to the full press conference. It was like 16 minutes that the sheriff gave, and they believe the shooting in Hillsborough happened first, and then the next one happened in Manatee. They found this suspect in Citrus County, where she apparently lives at her house. So we have like 3 counties now who are involved in this case. Of course, the question everyone's asking is why this happened. The sheriff explained there might be some child custody issues in the past. She
With
possibly,
one or both?
well, he said at least with one, it sounds like she owed the victim in Manatee County child support.
Yeah.
But
Talk about holding a
there's a
grudge,
lot of
though.
questions.
I mean, you only have enough hate in your heart for one ex usually. You know, like you go back to your previous, the ex of your, you know, like that's a long time ago to just, I guess, try to knock out.
relationships are complicated. And the sheriff said the first husband, so the one in Manatee County, who they found first in the shooting, that they had been married like 10, 11 years ago. So we're talking like a decade
Ancient
of history
history.
between people involved in this or who appear to be involved in this.
We have to learn more about this Sarasota story for sure. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll give you an update on the Epstein files. There was supposed to be a big release today. Not quite what everybody was expecting. We'll talk about that coming up after the break.
If I were available,
yeah, and he got the latest from the sheriff just a little while ago, I think. So we'll make sure we have that for News 6 tonight. Hey, thanks for stopping by. We know you're busy, but news doesn't stop, and neither do we.
That's right. And this is News 6 Tonight, where we leverage this entire busy newsroom with our community correspondents, our producers, our content desk, and then we filter through that. We have a casual conversation about the news that impacts Central Florida.
Yeah, we live here in the community, and we rely on you for our neighborhood network because you're our eyes and ears as well, and we can't do it without you.
So you can watch us all over the place, YouTube, News 6 Plus app, and clickorlando.com. While you're here, feel free to engage. Let us know who you are and where you're from. Welcome back to News 6 Tonight. It is a Friday right before a holiday, and I am so glad to have Catherine Silver with me tonight.
I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Easy to do the show. Well, today was a big day. The U.S. Justice Department was the due date. You got to release all the Epstein files today, and this is going to surprise you, but all the Epstein files are not released today.
Surprising, yes.
Shocker.
Yes.
I know, with all the drama with this stuff. But we did see some things. There's been some interesting releases. We've seen some pictures. Yesterday, I saw a bunch of pictures released of billionaire Bill Gates, sort of with his arm around ladies with their faces redacted. And then today, the Justice Department released several pictures of former President Bill Clinton. One of them had a woman sitting sort of on a arm of a chair. You know, you're not really getting any dates or any context with these.
And they have redacted a lot to protect the victim.
Right.
The victims.
And some people are hoping, you know, that more information would have been released because while they are protecting the victims, it's also making it difficult to make heads or tails of what's going on here. Also, to get both sides of the aisle here, we also saw a picture of President Trump's former chief strategist, Steve Bannon. He was in Epstein's office. So there's just a bunch of things released. No real smoking gun of anything. One thing you can be sure of, though, the Friday before a holiday weekend, that's when they like to release lots of documents.
Right. Pictures, videos, documents.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of things that have been released.
So we have a little sound from an official here. Let's listen to that.
President Trump has said for years that he wants full transparency and he wants the Department of Justice to release everything that we can. I expect that we're going to release more documents over the next couple of weeks. So today, several 100,000, and then over the next couple weeks, I expect several 100,000 more.
Okay, so we'll see. Republican lawmaker Thomas Massie and Democrat Ro Khanna are two of the people really pushing for these to be released, and they are not happy. This seems like a rolling release now instead of just everything coming to light by this day. And the other thing they're not really happy with is all the redactions. But you see this picture here. That's there's Bill Gates, one of the ones I was talking about. That was Epstein, the previous one. That's a philosopher there, and more of Bill Gates with these women. There were also some pictures of Donald Trump with Epstein as well released in this, as well as several with former President Bill Clinton. So going to be interesting to see. Something we'll keep tabs on as these documents continue to get released, and with hundreds of thousands more, we'll just have to watch it.
Yeah, there's a lot that still needs to come out.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. Should we talk about trash, garbage pickup?
Let's talk about trash.
Let's
do
talk.
it. Why
Let's
not?
trash talk.
We'll trash talk here. We can change the name of this show.
This is a story. It's interesting. It's happening in Baldwin Park. Somebody had reached out to our newsroom saying there's an issue at these townhomes. Trash is piling up. No one's collecting it. Our own Mike Valenti went out there, Orange County's community correspondent, to see what's going on, spoke to the landlord. She explains her father had bought this building. There was a property owner next door who had purchased that property at the same time. They decided we're going to have a dumpster that we share. Apparently, the property owner next door has sold their property. With that, the dumpster is now gone. So residents have trash that's been on their outside patio because they have no dumpster to put it in. The landlord ordered bins from Orange County, but the county looks and says, this doesn't qualify for different individual bin pickup. This would need something else. So they canceled the order. It's been a confusing situation to get to the bottom of, but we've been working on it. We can take a look at some of what we saw out there today.
Christy Porter gave us a glimpse into how her tenants are stepping up.
How are you?
Those tenants did not want to go on camera, but they did let us film their trash. The trash that they're keeping here in their enclosed patios.
So this has been kind of standard practice for the last 15 days or so.
But now it's been like over 15 days, and that's just not acceptable.
Her dad, who owns these townhomes, and the owner of the building next door, started sharing a dumpster. This late November, Porter says the owner next door sold the building, and since he had originally bought the dumpster, that was gone when the new owners took over, leaving Porter's tenants without anywhere to put their trash.
It's frustrating.
Porter told us she ordered trash bins from Orange County's Solid Waste Management Division in early December.
They said that they canceled the trash bins on December 15th and told me to call because it was a business.
But as you can see,
this is not a business, it's residential.
Did you get an explanation as to why they thought it was a business?
Because the dumpster.
So you heard her explaining some of the back and forth that's been going on, and the story got even more complicated today because we got a statement from the county that said this is really unusual. Apparently, these properties have not been assessed or paid county collection service since an exemption was granted for them back in the 80s. So they've got to do some research. They got to. I don't want to say what I think.
You were born after the 80s.
I was born after the 80s.
But no, that is, it's interesting to see these people who are renting at this place. They don't care one bit.
They're caught in the middle.
What is going on? They're like, we just need somebody to come pick up our trash.
Get
This
rid
is
of the
crazy.
trash.
So I'm sure that is no fun to deal with. Hopefully it gets figured out soon. Let's figure out that weather. We have meteorologist Jonathan Kegas. He is joining us now. We had a cold front roll through.
We
had a
did.
cooler night, but really things are going to warm up by the time Christmas comes around, huh?
Oh, yeah. We'll be warmer again by tomorrow afternoon, and then it's blazing warmth until we get into the next couple of days and through Christmas. We're going to highlight that warm up and talk about the white Christmas potential if you're going to be traveling once we get into Christmas time, if you're going to the northern climates, of course. But I want to show you this. Sunday is the first day of winter. Okay, so that is the shortest day of the year. So we can start increasing daylight already by December 22nd. That's going to be on Monday. That's the first full day of winter. We're going to gain 2 seconds of daylight, guys. Okay, so we're going to start pulling out of the darkness. I know we have to start somewhere, but look at this. Okay, by March 8th, of course, that's the time change. Daylight saving time begins. Sun's going to set at 7:29. And then by March 20th, the first day of spring, our daylight increases by almost 2 hours. So if you don't like the darkness, I'm telling you that the corner is being turned on Sunday. We're going to talk much more about this and, of course, that white Christmas potential. Obviously, we're not getting one here, okay? But if you are traveling this Christmas and you want some of that white stuff, we'll let you know where the best opportunity for that is at 9:30.
That's good. A little late in the game to be traveling, but if you maybe could get a last-second ticket around Christmas.
Do you think people are at their destination already?
No, I don't. But I think.
Oh, you mean like
if you were trying
selecting
to
like?
book. But you're right. You could take a road trip. You could take a road trip for sure. And
just a hint, it's going to be a pretty far road trip. Big warm-up coming.
So you can't take a road trip. Spoiler alert.
No.
I think
Hop on that plane.
We have it good in Florida. I don't need the white
Yeah,
Christmas.
why would we want to go anywhere? I'll take 77 all day, every day. Jonathan Kagas, thank you so much. Check him out coming up at 9:30. Hey, after the break, we're talking about zombie houses. It's a problem.
We're taking a turn.
We'll be right back. Welcome to News 6 Tonight. We are so thankful that you're joining us here wherever you found us.
Yeah, you know what this tells me? If you have made this your new streaming destination, it tells me you're smart. Also good looking, because you chose to watch the news in a different way. That makes you really smart. Anybody can give you the news from a teleprompter or an old newspaper. We do it in a fresh new way.
That's right. So check us out wherever you like to stream. We have this app for your TV, News 6 Plus. You can find it on Roku and Amazon and whatever your smart TV is cooking. So thank you. We would love to hear your comments down
Oh my
below.
gosh. Yeah.
And then we'll show them.
Yeah, we will. News 6 Plus. The plus is you.
Ooh. Hey, welcome back to News 6 Tonight. There is a real issue in some, especially lower income neighborhoods. There apparently are some homes that become vacant here. I think we've all seen this happen. Maybe somebody gets evicted, gets kicked out of the house, or gets foreclosed on, and then it's empty. And then folks just take it over. You know, it's just like a squatter situation, or crime comes in, and that's what they're really struggling with in some of these neighborhoods, is dealing with what they call zombie homes. So our community correspondent Jarrell Baker is talking about this issue tonight.
And there's always more than one home, if not close together, like a couple houses down. You might see one good house, and then you'll see 3 houses tore down.
Darren May says that he's seen several homes like this boarded up and abandoned in Westlake since he moved there 9 months ago. It's what they're calling zombie houses. It's homes where the owner already moved out, and the property is either foreclosed or stuck in the foreclosure process, sitting empty and neglected. Neighbors claim that zombie homes also attract squatters and illegal activity. The Westlakes Partnership is raising money to buy these homes and flip them into affordable single-family homes to sell to low to moderate income families. Right now, they said there are 25 zombie houses in the neighborhood, according to the organization's count in June, and they flipped 4 of these houses.
So there's an idea to be able to get rid of these zombie houses, flip them, get them with the family, and then it can revive these neighborhoods,
Yeah,
maybe?
get the community out of limbo, because that's what's frustrating for these people.
Right. Kat Silver, you're amazing. Nice job. Hopefully you have a great weekend. Hopefully you have an excellent holiday. I'm off next
Happy
week.
holidays.
Yes, enjoy it. We'll see you next week.